everybody, my name is Paige and welcome back to my channel. So I am filming my November TBR today. I'm filming it during the day so we have some light, which is nice. I have I think 1 or 2 arcs to read, and then I'm going to pick out like one book on my Kindle as well to read. I have over 1,000 books downloaded on my Kindle. I need to actually start reading them. I have a book that I'm reading for a book club right now, and I have less than a week left of October, so I don't know if that'll be done by November, so I'm just going to include it in this TBR as well. And yeah, we're going to be using the TBR jar because I suck at making decisions, so I need those prompts to help me make decisions. But let's go ahead and see what we're going to be reading this month. Alright, I have my Kindle here. I only have 2 arcs this month. I'm not really going to go into what they're about because I've told you guys multiple times I like to go into my arcs blind, so I have Not for the Faint of Heart. I think it's a romance, and then I also have a Holiday Wedding, which is a romance. I read Paging Dr. Hart, I think was the title, by this author, and I really liked it, so I'm excited to read the arc for Holiday Wedding. I think it'll be really good because I like her writing style. So those are the only 2 arcs that I have for this month, and then I also have a Libby loan for Final Girls by Riley Sager, which I have to read. But other than that, I don't have anything else to read on my Kindle, but I am going to go through my Kindle right now and see if there's any books that I really want to read that I have downloaded already, and maybe I'll pick out one for us to try and read this month. Alright, I found a book on my Kindle that I have downloaded. It is the Summer Playbook. I read First Meet Fowl, which is the first book in this series, and this is the second book. They are all sports romances, and I think they're interconnected standalones, but I could be wrong about that. So he is a football player, she is a soccer player, and that's all I really know. On the little whiteboard here it says, go streaking, dance in the rain, don't fall in love. So definitely will be pretty interesting, I think. I loved the first book, I loved the writing style. It was just really good. I think I gave it 5 stars. So I gave it 4 stars, I think, actually. So I'm hoping that I like this one as much, and I'm hoping to read this month because I need a good little fluffy romance. I've been reading a lot of murder mysteries, and they can get kind of dark, so I need a little fluffy romance. The one physical book I have to read this month is The Au Pair Affair. I am reading this with Lauren right now. We have a little book club going, and we are reading this together. I am only 28 pages in, so I definitely think that this will be finished in November, but it's really good so far. I like her writing style so far, and I'm hoping I enjoy this. I know the first book is Fangirl Down. I didn't read that. I just picked this one up because I love hockey romances. So yeah, so far enjoying this. We have Tallulah and Burgess, and he offers her a job as a live-in nanny. She kind of, in the first chapter, like turns him down because she's like, I don't know you. I don't want to live with you. But then I'm pretty sure she ends up becoming his nanny. Yes, she does. So I love any book with like the nanny and the dad falling in love. I think The Canadian Boyfriend, I think that's the title of it. I loved that book, and it kind of had the same plot. So I'm hoping that I like this one as much as I liked that one. So that is the one book I have to read this month. One physical book I have to read this month. All right, now that we got those all talked about, now we kind of get to pick the rest of the books that we want to read. So I have my TBR jar, and we are going to start picking. Okay, let's see. A YA book. Okay, I have a couple that I definitely want to read, so let me go find some, and I will choose between those. The book I chose for our YA book is Belladonna. I'm very excited about this one. I think I've talked about this one a couple times, but we have Signa. She realizes the family she depends on could be in grave danger and enlists the help of a surly stable boy to hunt down the killer. However, Signa's best chances of uncovering the murderer is an alliance with Death himself. So it's like kind of this relationship between Death and Signa, I think. And there are 2 other books in the series. The 3rd one just came out recently, I think, like a couple months ago. I've heard amazing things about this one. I definitely want to give it a try. Yeah, I've heard great things. I've heard a couple not great things, but mostly all good things about this book. and I'm really excited to get into the series. Yeah, I'm reading so many series, but obviously always adding new ones to that list because I can't stop myself from starting series that I never finish. But that is our first book. Let's pick out our second book. All right, let's pick our second prompt. Oop, I dropped one. This one, a blue cover. Let me go look. I'm not entirely sure all the blue covers that I have, but let me go check. For a blue cover, I chose The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches. I feel like this one was on my last month's TBR, was it? I can't remember, but I really want to read this one. I've been dying to read it, and I think I'm intimidated because I want to read it so bad, and I want it to be so good that I'm scared to pick it up because I'm scared I won't like it. But we are adding it to this month's TBR. Hopefully I get to it. It is more of a October Halloween read, but November to me is still fall time. So I'm going to still read my fall reads. But The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches, a warm and uplifting novel about an isolated witch whose opportunity to embrace a quirky new family and a new love changes the course of her life. It just sounds really cute. I think it's like a cozy fantasy. I can't remember if there's a romance in here. I can't remember, but I'm excited about this. I've heard great things, and I really want to read this. So that is our second book. Let's go ahead and pick our third prompt. Ooh, a romance book. Well, I have so many of those. Let me go figure out which one I really want to read, and I will grab it. All right, the book I chose for a romance book is The Cinnamon Bun Bookstore. So I read The Pumpkin Spice Cafe in October, and I loved it. I gave it 5 stars, and Lauren and I are planning to read this one after we finish the Au Pair Affair, so I'm really excited about this. I know it is between Hazel and Noah. We saw them in the first book, and Hazel runs a bookstore. When a secret message turns up hidden in a book in the Cinnamon Bun Bookstore, Hazel can't understand it. As more secret codes appear between the pages, she decides to follow the trail of clues. She just needs someone to help her out. So it's another one with that little bit of mystery added into it, where we're trying to solve a little mystery, but it's mostly romance. That's how the Pumpkin Spice Cafe was there is this little bit of mystery, but it was mostly romance, and I really liked it. With that little bit of mystery, just adds something to the plot, and I really enjoyed it. Plus, these covers are so good and so beautiful for fall time. Like, look at that. Also takes place in a bookstore. It's just perfect. Perfect for our November TBR. So that is our third book. All right, let's go ahead and choose our fourth read. So I think I'm going to choose this one and then one more just because I don't want to stress myself out too much this month. Ooh, a fantasy or a romantasy. I have lots of these on this shelf, so let me figure out which one I really want to read this month and I will go grab it. The book I chose is The Serpent and the Wings at Night. This was on my last month's TBR, so I'm not going to go over it. I'm ashamed I haven't read it yet. I'm intimidated by it because I want to love it. Because I've heard so many good things about it, I want to love it so bad. So I haven't read it yet because I'm scared. What if I don't like it? I'm sure I will because the plot sounds amazing. So many people have been raving about this, so I have a feeling I will like it, but I'm just scared. So that is our fourth book. I'm not going to get into it just because I did it. I explained it last month, and I also explained it in the video where I bought this. So yeah, let's go ahead and choose, I think, one more prompt. We'll choose one more prompt because that'll give us 6 physical books to read, as well as like 3 on my Kindle, which is a pretty good reading month. So let me go pick our next prompt. All right, let's go ahead and pick our last prompt. I'm hoping that we get a good one for our last prompt. Okay, this one. On TBR for a long time. So all of these are newer books, so I am going to go ahead and head over to the bookshelf over there and find one that has been on my TBR for a long time. I see one that I want to add. I'm going to go grab it. So I'm going back through and editing my video, and I realized I forgot the book. So Daisy Jones and the Six was my pick for a book that I've been putting off. This is my aunt's book, so I really need to read it, and I'm hoping to read it by Thanksgiving so I can return it to her. But that's the book that I picked. I don't know why I forgot to record it. Maybe I accidentally deleted the clip, but that's the book. So obviously we have all of our Kindle books. For a book with a blue cover, The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches. For a romance book, The Cinnamon Bun Bookstore. For a YA book, Belladonna. Then just a book that I have to read is The Au Pair Affair. For a fantasy romantasy, we have The Serpent and the Wings of Night. And then for a book that has been on my TBR for forever, Daisy Jones and the Six. So I think it's going to be a pretty good reading month. October was a really good reading month. I read some really good books that I really enjoyed. So I'm hoping November is good as well. But that is all I have for today's video. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.